What's up, guys, and welcome to another beautiful video. As you guys already know, 99% of videos on my channel are as a result of recommendations from you guys. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so I should be able to listen to you guys. I should be able to hear your cry, and that is the reason why I produce the videos I produce. And if you can see on this screenshot, this guy had a problem. The first problem was he had a fear of taking a trade. This has already been solved, all right? But I'm going to be bringing it to you guys because I know most of you guys have the same problem. So his first problem was he had the fear of taking a trade, and his second problem was he had a problem when it comes to trade confirmation. So let's tackle the second one because the first one I've already tackled. So the second one, which is trade confirmation, is what we're going to be tackling on today's video. So how do I go with trade confirmation, or how do I trade with confidence? Because we have price action and we have candlesticks. People tend to confuse this when it comes to trade confirmation. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I go about this. So come to me on my screen. Let's just quickly go to the 4-hour time frame, which is a trade I took about 2 days ago, which I made almost about $8,000 from this particular trade. I shared all the screenshot on my Instagram. Please, if you are not following me on my Instagram, you are in big trouble. So I hope you are following me on my Instagram. I shared this same trade on my Instagram, which I made almost about $8,000 on my $100,000 funded Profit account. What happened was, when it comes to trading, we have two things you can use for confirmation. You can use candlesticks for confirmation, and you can use price action. Don't get yourself confused with both. I'm going to be able to show you how I use both. All right, you can use price action for confirmation, and you can also use candlesticks for confirmation. I use price action for confirmation when I've already seen that, okay, when I've already seen a particular zone. Remember, I see support and resistance as a zone, not just as a line. All right, that is something which you need to understand. I see support and resistance as a zone, not as a line. Because if you are seeing support and resistance as a zone, there's going to be a point in time where the market will just come to a particular line and make as if it has broken that particular line, and you rush and go and say, oh, the market has broken my support, the market, of which the market still has the ability to fluctuate in that same area before actually taking a particular direction. So treating support and resistance as a zone, not as a line, will help you to be able to filter out a lot of fake signals. Will help you to be able to filter out a lot of stop loss hunting when it comes to trading. All right, so when do I use price action for confirmation? I use price action for confirmation when I have already had a lot of confidence for that particular trade. So confidence on that trade and confluences, two things. These are the two things that will cause me to strictly just use price action. I don't care if the candlestick is going to be a rising star, shooting star, marabuzu, morning star, evening star, night star, bed star. I don't care about all of that, right? So long as I've already have point of confluences and then confidence on that particular trade, I don't care. I'm going to go into that trade using only price action. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. You can see on this particular trade, I shared this same trade on my Instagram. You guys, if you are following me on Instagram, you must have seen this same trade. I got in somewhere here on Friday. Let me just quickly show you guys. This is where I got into this trade, somewhere here. I got in somewhere here. I was risking this trade. I put in almost about a risk to reward of almost about 1:4. I think I was risking about 100 pips on this trade, if I can remember, and I was going for about 300 pips. Then when it got to 200 pips, I put my stop loss on plus 100 pips. I moved the take profit to 400 pips, and it still hit. And this was 400 pips just here. 400 pips, boom. It was here. We're already out. So I just let it, and you can see where the 400 pips is on this other trend line. So that's why I got out, and even though the market after that still moved up by almost about 200 pips, but I was already out with almost about $8,000, and I was risking just about $1,000 on this trade. That's a risk to reward of more than 1:4 on this particular trade. Perfect. So how did I get into this particular trade using the idea of trade confirmation without confusing myself between using price action or using candlesticks? You can already see the market had a turn somewhere here and it is square. The market had a turn somewhere here. The market had another turn somewhere here, and here this was going to be the third turn. of the third 10, and anytime I start seeing second 10 going to the third 10, it gives me a lot of confirmation on that particular trend. I'm now confirmed that this is a very solid trend. And if you can also come on point of confluences, if I can bring in my Fibonacci from here to here, let me just show you guys. I'm just going to quickly change the color of this. Let's just change the color of the Fib again so that you guys can see clearly. Properties, let's just go to levels and change this to black so that you guys can see. Or let's just change this to this color. Good. If you guys can see this very clearly, this was my Fib from the most recent low to the most recent high, and the market had to pull back to my 38% level. Anytime the market pulls down to my 38.2% level or the 50% level, that is a solid area for me to enter back on that particular trend. So you can see point of confluence. Remember, I'm giving you guys points that will cause me to directly just use candlesticks or directly just use price action, without caring about what is happening with candlesticks. I already had my trend. If the market is in an uptrend, I'm only looking for buy trade. Point tick. Good. So this was an uptrend, right? Tick. And do I have the market pulling back to my major support? That is still another confirmation, another point tick. And then, do I still have another confirmation or another confluence? Do I still have another confluence? My Fibonacci is coming in from the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high, and I can see the market pulling back to my 38.2 level. That's still another point of confluence. 3 point of confluence is what else do you guys want? This is a solid signal. This is a signal I'll be able to go in with a lot of confidence. So let me just remove my point of Fibonacci 2. You guys have been able to see that. So by seeing this, I was just telling myself that as soon as the market gets to this area, I'm going to be getting in. So the market got here and I immediately just pressed on buy. I immediately just press on buy without waiting for a reversal signal, looking for a full and go, because candlesticks, the reversal signals that you can use are patterns. Candlesticks patterns that you can use for reversals are patterns like the kangaroo tails, morning stars, full engulfing candles, all right, full engulfing candles, and the marabuzus. So I didn't care about any of that. So long as the market pulled back to this particular zone, I just immediately went and put my lot size, calculated my lot size, put my stop loss, everything, boom, went into this trade, put my stop loss, and I just sat and I was waiting. So I didn't care. Somebody will come and look at my computer and say, okay, why did you make a decision to get into this particular trade? Remember, for trade confirmation, I have 2 points I can use. I can use either candlesticks for confirmation or price action. 90% of the time, or let me give candlesticks some credit. 80% of the times, I use price action only for my confirmation. I don't get myself confused. If I already have confluences and confidence on a trade, once the market gets to that particular area, I get in immediately without waiting to see what the candlestick is going to do. All right, that is very, very important. I use price action and candlesticks for my confirmation, but 80% of the time I just go for candlesticks. I just go for price action to use it for confirmation, particularly when I have confluences and when I'm also very, very confident on that particular trade. So that is the antidote. That is the antidote you can be able to use to solve the problem of trying to figure out, well, how do you get a confirmation to get in? How do you get a confirmation to get into this trade, not get into this one? Just have those 2 points in mind. You can either use 2 things for confirmation, your price action or your candlesticks. 80% of the time, the price action is going to be able to tell you where the market is going without second guessing, without you start trying to use candlesticks to figure out to see what the market is doing on the market, on the small levels. So 80% of the time, that's why you guys will see me using my price action. But I'll use candlesticks most of the times when the trend is not yet confirmed. Like for example, if you were to trade on this particular, if we were to get into this particular trade, if I can come here, you guys can see very clearly that we've been having this particular trend down, this particular trend. And what would have caused you to get into this particular trade somewhere here to take a buy would have been a candlestick pattern, because at this particular point in time, we've been trading with a particular trend for long and we've already established that particular trend. So anything contrary to that trend, you would have just try, because remember, at that point in time, you're trying to counter trend. The main trend here was a downtrend. So any other thing you would have been doing here would have been you trying to trade against the trend. Don't try to catch a falling knife. knife, right? Because it's going to wound you, it's going to cut you apart. But if you want to catch a falling knife, which is trading against the trend, then what you can try to do at that point in time is trying to use a candlestick pattern. So here I would have seen a full engulfing pattern. So a full engulfing candlestick pattern. So the market is going down, and then I see this full engulfing pattern. What does that tell you? That's where the buyers are coming into the market. So anytime I see this full engulfing candle, I would have gotten in here, put my stop loss here on around 150 pips, and go for a risk to reward of 1:2. Boom, I would have already been out of the trade somewhere here. So you see, that is the only scenario I'll be able to use candlesticks for confirmation. When I'm trying to see if the market is going to establish a new trend. When I'm trying to trade against the trend, which I don't trade against the trend most of the time. That's what I'm saying. I use price action for my confirmation 80% of the time, and it's only 20% of the time that you guys will see me using candlesticks for confirmation. So I hope you guys have gotten some value from this particular video, and if so, please leave a thumb up on the video, and if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, as always, hit that red subscribe button below to subscribe to the channel so that we can get this channel to 100,000 subscribers before the end of 2023. If you want me to mentor you one-on-one, you know what to do. Check the link below to enroll in Godlove University, and if you want to use my recommended prop firm, check the link below to also use my recommended prop firm. Talking about Paytrex Pro, which is the most viral and the most profitable forex robot. If you want to use Paytrex Pro, also check the link on the video description, and my VIP community, my Telegram community, everything that has to do with me is also on the video description. Check out this video, which was a video I made about price action and candlestick patterns that has gone viral. Also check out this playlist, which is a playlist of videos I've been able to group for you guys. Click here to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on these other videos. Peace.